Before laughter, before tiny hands hold it, before it becomes part of childhood memories, a toy begins with something very small. Tiny, silent, almost invisible. Plastic pellets. They look simple, little round grains, white, transparent, sometimes colored. If you saw them, you would never imagine that one day they will turn into superheroes, dolls, cars, animals, robots, and building blocks. But this is where the journey starts. These pellets arrive at the factory in giant bags. Workers carefully move them onto machines. Everything is clean, organized, controlled, because the toy that will one day be held by a child must be safe, smooth, and flawless. The pellets are poured into a hopper, a tall container on top of the machine. And this is where the transformation begins. Slowly they are pulled inside, heat rises, metal spirals spin like powerful screws. The pellets begin to soften, melt, and turn into thick, flowing plastic. Inside the machine it looks like lava, glowing, hot, alive. But all of this happens with precision, controlled temperature, controlled pressure, because too much heat can burn the material, too little heat, and it won't form properly. The melted plastic moves forward, ready to be shaped. Now comes one of the most magical parts of the process: molding. Imagine a metal mold, created with unbelievable accuracy. Every curve, every detail, every line designed carefully on computers first, then carved into steel. This mold is the heart of the toy. The melted plastic is injected inside with enormous pressure. It fills every little corner, every pattern, every shape. Then cooling systems turn the hot plastic solid again. A few seconds pass. The machine opens, and for the first time, a toy piece is born. It drops out, still warm, still new, still carrying that faint factory smell. But one piece does not make a toy. There are heads, arms, wheels, buttons, covers, interiors. Tiny details we hardly ever notice, yet each one is carefully designed. Piece after piece, thousands are molded. Some come out perfectly, some have tiny marks, some are rejected instantly, because toys must be safe, and perfection matters. Next comes coloring. Sometimes the color is added earlier, mixed directly with the pellets. Sometimes it's painted afterward, or printed with designs and tiny eyes, logos, or decorations. In painting rooms, robotic arms move gently, spraying thin layers of color. The coats must be even, smooth, bright, non-toxic, completely child-safe. You won't see strong chemical smells here. You won't see dangerous paints. Everything is controlled, certified, tested, because a child might chew the toy, might put it in their mouth, might throw it, drop it, sleep with it, hug it. So the color must never harm. After coloring, workers begin assembly. This is where all the pieces become one, like a puzzle. Wheels attached to bodies, arms snap into place, screws are tightened, gears are inserted, electronic sounds or lights, if any, are carefully fitted inside. Hands move quickly but with care, because toys are fragile at this stage. Some toys go through ultrasonic welding, no screws, just strong invisible bonding. Others use snaps, clicks, or tiny connectors. And then, the toy finally starts to look like what it is meant to be: a car, a doll, a dinosaur, a robot, a building block set. But still, the journey is not finished. Because now comes the part most people never think about: safety testing. A toy is not allowed into the world without proving that it is safe. Machines test pressure. Can the toy break easily? They drop it from heights. What happens when it falls? They twist it. Does anything sharp come out? They test small parts. Could a child choke on it? Even colors are tested in labs, to make sure no harmful chemicals exist. If a toy fails, it is destroyed. No excuses, no shortcuts, no it's okay. Because one unsafe toy can hurt a child. And nothing is more important than protection. After passing all the tests, the toy is ready to meet its world. Packaging begins: transparent plastic boxes, colorful cardboard, designs showing smiling characters, instructions written clearly. But packaging is more than wrapping. It tells a story. It invites a child to imagine, to dream, to play. Boxes are sealed, barcodes printed, cartons stacked neatly, trucks loaded, and then the journey continues, across highways, across cities, across countries, to toy shops, supermarkets, gift stores, online warehouses. Shelves fill up. Bright lights shine on them. People walk by. Parents look. Children point with bright eyes. Sometimes, a toy waits for days, sometimes for weeks, until one ordinary moment. A hand reaches out, a child sees it, smiles, and something magical happens. The toy leaves the store and finally enters the real world. The wrapping is torn open with excitement. The child laughs, shouting, curious, full of energy. The toy is no longer just plastic. It becomes a friend, a tool for imagination, a hero in stories, a partner in adventures. It drives on floors, flies in air, fights imaginary monsters, travels under beds and across couches. It listens to secrets, stays through tears, sleeps beside pillows, survives hundreds of falls and scratches. And one day, years later, that child grows older. But the toy remains in memory. A symbol of childhood, a reminder of simpler times. Yet many people never see what happened before the joy. They never see the pellets being poured, the machines heating and molding, the designers drawing shapes carefully, the workers assembling patiently, the inspectors making sure everything is safe. Behind every toy there is effort. Engineers, artists, technicians, mold makers, painters, safety experts, all working quietly, day after day, to create something small that makes happiness big. Plastic may seem simple, but in the right hands it becomes imagination. And like every journey, this one teaches us something deeper. Things we think are just toys are actually carefully built dreams. They don't just entertain children, they help them learn, build stories, develop creativity, and discover the magic of play. From tiny silent pellets to bright joyful toys in a child's hands. This is the journey, a journey of engineering, a journey of creativity, a journey of responsibility, a journey of wonder. And every time a child smiles because of a toy, the entire process, from factory machines to shipping trucks, suddenly feels worth it. Because in the end, a plastic toy is not just plastic, it is laughter, it is imagination, it is childhood, shaped, molded, colored, tested, protected, and brought to life.